Yo, what up, guys? It's your boy T Dub with Blazing the Sports. Yes, of course, you already know it. I'm back at it like a crack at it, giving you boxing geekers at work. Guys, excuse me, I left my good headphones at home and I got these cheap ones that I normally listen to in my office. So I hope my audio is not too bad. But listen, man, we're going to talk about it. As this wind's going to blow up, Shakur Stevenson, Devin Haney, come on in, subscribe, hit the like button, all that good stuff. I want to get you guys' thoughts on this, and I'm going to give you my thoughts. And it's probably not going to please everybody, but it's what I believe and how I feel based off the information provided. Yeah, yeah. We're going to talk about the 25% contract. Yep, going to get into that. We're going to talk about the Twitter back and forth. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about Shakur Stevenson dropping the wiretap. We're going to get into that. We're going to talk about, I think maybe Bill Haney dropping a little snippet of Shakur Stevenson, quitting. Man, we got to get into it, man. Smash the like button. Oh, what's up, Miss ELD321? What's going on with it? You know I am. It's your boy, T Up. I got a chance, I don't get a chance to play anything like I used to. They got me so busy and my regular 9 to 5. It's like, man, I don't have time to take a break. But you know how I do it. When I get time, you guys get time. Now let's unwind. Smash that like. So these are my thoughts. Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson had some sort of friendship or respect for each other. Now I don't know how deep the friendship goes, and sometimes in these situations, it could really be a one-sided friendship. Let me explain. Well, one person believes that he has a friend in the other one, but the other one never really looks at him as a friend. Not really. Just like I dated a girl, and in my opinion, she didn't have real friends. There's two main ones, and these friends, in my opinion, used to like try to control her, bully over her. She was kind of the person that, they when they wanted to look down on somebody or look at somebody who got less than them, it was kind of like her. That was her to them. But she actually thought they were her real friends. But in reality, they only cared about themselves. They only wanted to call her and talk about their problems. Never wanted to hear about her problems. So I told her, I said, listen, I think you have a one-way friendship. I think they think you gullible and you just one of those, you know, somebody who they're doing better than. He says, back there like a crack at it. You know it. So let's get it. I don't know how genuine the friendship was, but I think it was some sort of respect. Some sort of respect or some type of friendship amongst each other. I don't know how close it was. Um, Definitely how Bill Haney is talking, they had a lot of respect for Shakur Stevenson for his skills. His skills was in the way that Bill Haney was expressing it was no doubt legit. He was big bro, right? So now, what changed? What changed? And I'm gonna give you another scenario, and this could possibly lead to the change. Have you ever had a friend that may have been doing a little better than you? And as long as that friend is doing a little better than you, the friend treated you like a little brother, right? The friend, like, always pick you up to ride in the car to go get girls or whatever, right? Even if you're a woman, like, pick you up, get your nails done. And then something changed to where you elevated past a person who was always ahead of you. And unlike you showing that respect to that person when they were doing better than you, like, oh man, she's really cool, she's doing great, she's a good friend. When you are the one that's actually doing better now, that person don't have that same respect for you. It almost become like an envy that turns to a dislike, to a hate, to oh he think he's this, he think he got that, man, he ain't nothing, man. I've been doing this for a long time. I felt Shakur confidence spike after the Crawford win against Spence. I think it goes before that. Here we go. Listen to this story. This is my thoughts on it. My thoughts. Nothing is concrete, just my thoughts. They looked at Shakur Stevenson like big bro. Shakur Stevenson had an edge in skill at some point. You can even say he has an edge in skill now. When people ask me about Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, even before I ever knew there was any beef, I think they both good, but I think Shakur Stevens is a little bit more tighter, man, especially with his defense. It's a little bit more tighter. So I think Devin Haney get hit a little much. And I still stand by that. Because I stand by that doesn't it's not going to change how I think about the situation. I'm telling you right now what I'm thinking about the situation 100%. You can agree, disagree. I see videos of people that say things that I might agree with and something that's completely different. I'm just giving you my spill on it. I think Shakur Stevenson had the edge. Remember, the tape they released for Bill Haney, guys, was 4 years ago, right? Shakur Stevenson was 2 years older than Devin Haney. Forever, right? He's 2 years older. So, and guys, in time, people can make differences. I speak about my boy John. I don't think he's catching this, but sometimes John come in on my lives on my fight night. And John, I remember when John first started out boxing, and there was a couple more guys that had been doing it maybe a year before John, right? And they was getting pretty good. And when they used to sport John in the beginning, they used to turn John up. Oh man, they used to turn John up. And then John just kept training, kept closing the gap, kept closing the gap. And then there was no gap. And then when there was no gap, he actually started to create a gap to where he exceeded them. And they didn't want to work with him no more. They used to ask to sport John because they was better than John. But then when John got better than them, they didn't really want the work. They didn't really try to spar unless they thought John wasn't coming. Hit that like and share and subscribe. You got it. So in this situation, Chris Stevenson was the one that Devin Haney looked up as big bro. I think Devin Haney, Bill Haney, looked up in his big bro. He's skilled. He got defense, right? They probably looked at him like he's definitely going to be a future champion. I wouldn't put it past Bill Haney. Was like, Devin, that's what you got to be like. You see him? He might was even telling Devin, no, like, look at the things he do as a way to improve himself. But now they're in the pros, right? They're in the pros. There ain't really no problems going on. There ain't really no problem. Even when Devin Haney was just a single WBC champion that everybody was calling a watered down champion. No, an email champion, right? They were saying this Devin Haney is an email champion because Lomachenko dropped the WBC and picked up the franchise. But guess what you're not hearing right now? You're not hearing that Shakur Stevenson and Frank Martin's finna fight for the email belt because it's the same belt that Devin Haney got when Lomachenko dropped it. Now Devin Haney going to drop it, but nobody's calling the email title, right? They're not doing it. You don't even hear it. Devin Haney got straight ass on the whole time. And I still didn't hear too much from Shakur Stevenson. And then when Haney became undisputed and he beat Camboso, he now, in my opinion, had a leg up. He had a leg up on Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson didn't see him as no little brother no more. He see him as somebody, as an opportunist. Like, I gotta be honest, man. Like you can call it marketing or what, but in a way, it's kind of shiesty. It's like this here, right? Let's say you and your friend, gosh, I'm trying to think of a good scenario I can give you guys to understand what I'm saying about this. Where when they was cool, now Devin Haney, the pros, has actually surpassed Shakur Stevenson, probably in popularity, definitely in medals, because he was undisputed. And when he beat Lomachenko, it just really enraged it. Because after he became undisputed, you start hearing a little thing. You start hearing something, right? From Shakur Stevenson. Then once he beat Lomachenko, it just enraged it. It was where that, think about it. Shakur Stevenson treats Devin Haney and Lomachenko completely different. Do you see how disrespectful Shakur Stevenson is towards Haney? And how honestly very respectful? Maybe outside of maybe the last couple of times he called out Lomachenko, he was extremely respectful. I don't know what it is. I just think black people just disrespect black people because they know that it don't mean shit in the world, and I guess they don't value blacks, so or so they'll do it. But you don't see them doing it to other races. Maybe they feel that, oh, if I do it to this guy, then that whole race can look at me a certain way, so I don't want to do it. But he's black like me, black, so I don't mind, shit on him a little bit more. That's just my opinion. Because in a little bit more of it that makes me think that it was kind of shisty is, why would you record something 4 years ago and keep it? Why would you do it is one question. Why did you keep it is another question. And why did you present it now is another question. Think about it. Whoever recorded it back then, they was looking to get dirt to use in the future. They was looking to do it. They didn't know when they was gonna present it. They just knew they was gonna present it. They was waiting for the right time. And he put it out there. And I gotta be honest, when he put it out there, it did not make Bill Haney look good. I'm not gonna lie. Oh, it just didn't make him look good. And I'm not saying Bill wasn't coming from a good place. I'm saying it didn't sound good, right? Or you're like, man, we already know Shakur Stevenson man was man. Like, we were lucky to even touch him, right? There was a big gap. Now, remember, they put out a snippet of it, right? And the snippet of it is what they put out is to intently make Bill Haney look like somebody who's admitting that Shakur Stevenson was superior than his son. Like, we already knew Shakur Stevenson. Like, we knew if it got too hot at 130, we'd jump to 140. Like, goddamn, what about 135? Like he was making this thing like shit. If it gets too hot, right, while where Shakur Stevenson is, they putting that pressure. It's like we'll jump. And it didn't sound good. But I gotta say this though. Bill Haney has always stated that he knows Shakur Stevenson. He knows he's a very skilled fighter. I don't believe I hear Bill Haney ever say anything negative about Shakur Stevenson. He did say a lot of the things then. Remember, that was 4 years ago. And 4 years ago, when they recorded this, he was talking about even before that time, there was a huge gap and how the gap was closing or closed at that point. Um, I gotta be honest, man. When it comes to the dropping the tape stuff, um, honestly, I think I side more with the Haneys. I'm not saying who's right or wrong, but I'm just saying I think I side more with the Haneys because why would you record somebody 4 years ago? And this was a meeting called by somebody higher to want to, I guess, have like a peace treaty or something, right? It was a meeting called to settle the difference, and somebody recorded and kept something for years. That was evil, shiesty thinking back then, and held on to it. I'm telling you, I think it was only a one-way friendship for real, or a real one-way respect level. I think it was maybe they got comfortable being around each other, but in all honesty, I think Bill Haney and Devin Haney respected Shakur Stevenson more than he ever respected them. Like even the way he talked when he talked, Bill, you know I'm a real one. Like he talked real tough. And even when they were on Twitter and a fan posted something of Shakur Stevenson and Devin Haney said, yeah, basically um, anything. I don't know the word. Something like anything for attention, somewhere along the line. Uh, and then Shakur Stevenson come out and he just don't keep it towards Devin. He takes a shot at Devin Haney's dad. And this is done strategically because he wants Haney to say something because he feels it's a right time to drop the tape. And Haney shot back and said something about his mom and told him to drop the tape. And then Shakur did it. He wanted to do it. Otherwise, why are you taking a shot at the dad? Devin has the belts, Tank has money and notoriety, and Shakur just hated. Listen, I think he is hated. I think he is, and I got to be honest. I heard different things on this, but I'm gonna tell you my thoughts on it. Devin Haney offered him 25% of undisputed, and I got to be honest, guys. It don't matter how much you think Shakur Stevenson can beat Devin Haney. It doesn't matter how good you think he is. In reality, he did not become undisputed at 130. He overweighed and lost the title that way. He moved up to 135. He fought a guy he's supposed to beat. Now he is skipping the line to fight for every title. Skipping the line to fight for every title. And he's giving you 25%, and you haven't established nothing at 135, and you didn't. Yes, you did some things at 130, but you messed up. You didn't finish business. So, listen, I'm not getting mad about the 25%. Did they come back with 30? Listen, I'm being honest. Anywhere, if Devin Haney would have offered 25 and Shakur Stevenson came back and said, nah, man, I got to at least 30, 35, I think that's good. Because even a mandatory, if it go to purse bid and you are a mandatory, I think a lot of times the split be in that type of favor. A lot of times, I believe. Like a 65-35 type of split. You know what I'm saying? Maybe sometimes 70-30. But you ain't a mandatory. You wasn't a mandatory. You don't have no titles. And I mean, like, and if anything, it'd be for, you get what I'm trying to say. He said he should have took it. I mean, call his bluff. Why didn't they come back? Shakur Stevenson said he wanted 50-50 split. I'm being honest. I don't think Shakur Stevenson has done enough in the sport of boxing to demand 50-50 split from Devin Haney. Now, Earl Spence Jr. and Terrence Crawford didn't get to where they was at until after Terrence Crawford had to get a belt, defend his belt several times. Earl Spence Jr. went out and collected the other 3 belts. And Earl Spence Jr. like, man, just to make the fight happen, you got a belt. I want to be undisputed. I got 3 belts. I don't want to move up just yet. They telling me to move up. Forget it, man. I give you what you want. Let's fight so I can support undisputed. Well, this is not the same case with Devin Haney. He is undisputed. He defended against Kambosos. He defended against Lomachenko. He's just holding the titles at this point. In all honesty, if he's gonna stay at 140, he should drop him. Maybe he's waiting. I don't know. I don't know what he's waiting on. But the WBC is pretty much making him drop the WBC email title. That Shakur not a draw to ask for 50%. Not yet. Now Shakur Stevenson has skills, but I just think he's showing a shicier side right now. He is just showing a side like there's been guys I met in the hood. Especially when I was young, I met one of my brother's friends. I think they think he go by Bolo or something. You can just look in his eye. You could tell he's shicey, man. You could tell that if you are a friend, you better not trust him. Like to me, he was one of the friends that if he be cool with you and he in your house, he notices you got some jewelry or some TVs or some shit, he be the same person come back in a mask and rob your ass. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know, Shakur just got that, he just give me that vibe, man. Like, especially when you keep an audio from 4 years ago, and even if people like, think about it. Think about this, guys. If this was a policeman pretending to be your friend and getting you on wiretap, you'll be mad as shit. But this is a so-called friend in a private meeting, recording it and leaking it to the public. Think about that. This is somebody who you consider a friend. Look how Bill Haney was talking about him, praising him, talking about how good he is, his defense. If it gets too hot, what he'll do if it gets too hot. And ain't talking about what Nelly gonna do. Talking about what he say he gonna do. They gonna move from 130 to 140. And he pushed record and held the phone down and at an angle so he can hear and see Bill. I think that's shiesty. Being honest. If you are a friend of mine and we're talking in private and you fucking record me, I would hate you. I wouldn't deal with you ever in life. If we ever had a friendship, we ain't got no more. You're shiesty. How can I ever trust you? You're shiesty. No matter if you say, man, no, I was just doing it for the promotion. Lie. You recorded 4 years ago. You kept it. You said something about my dad so you can have a reason to post it. Those are facts. And to be honest, I don't think he did. I don't think Devin Haney should be entitled to give up 50% of his purse. And he's the champion. Let me ask you a question. Okay, at 135 pounds, Devin Haney has every one of the major belts. What do Shakur Stevenson have at 135? Did he have all the belts at 130? Did he leave with a bad mark by outweighing himself? He left with a bad mark and said he couldn't make the weight no more and moved it to 135. And he fought one guy he's supposed to be. And now that demands him 50. I'm gonna tell you right now, the people that I think that can control a little bit more of the money than Devin Haney is Gervonta Davis. Possibly Ryan Garcia can maybe fight for a little bit more. Especially if Ryan didn't lose. Since he lost, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's going to cut in. You know it's going to cut, right? But possibly Ryan Garcia, he's a bigger star. Does have a bigger fan base, Chris Stevenson. Maybe even got a bigger fan base, possibly than Devin Haney. He might be able to demand a little bit more, but not 50%. The only person that I think can demand 50% or possibly exceed 50%, possibly, is Gervonta Davis. Because you know it's a big fight. You know it's a big fight, right? You know it is. He's bringing, his stardom to the table with his fan base and his thrilling performance, Gervonta Davis, and Devin Haney bringing his newfound fame and his 4 titles to the mat. Tank is a money maker at 135. Yes, he is. Yes, he is. He is a money maker. But yeah, man, I just want to give you guys my thoughts. I finally got a lunch break, man. I ain't had one in so long. Man. I was gonna just show you my face today, but I'm like, I ain't even shaved, man. Listen, I was like, I ain't even shaved. I ain't gonna show them my grades. Nope. Get home and slide them bad boys off with a razor, clean them all the way up. But I want to give you my thoughts on it, man. I want to give you my thoughts on. I think I touched everything. Oh no, I didn't. I didn't touch. Let me touch on the last thing, right? So we touched on the leak tape that was recorded. And now Bill Haney, I believe, leaked a very short snippet of Shakur Stevenson. It was their second time sparring, and I guess Shakur Stevenson was like, man, I'm done, man. I'm tired. Like, I guess they had some more rounds that they agreed to do. And there was like, is it a 6th round? 5th. 6th round? 5th. They were going back and forth. And Shakur Stevenson, people were like, man, I'm tired, man. I'm done, man. I'm tired, man. I'm done. And Bill Haney, I believe, leaked that to say that Shakur Stevenson quit. Now, you can take that in a few ways. Now, if Devin Haney was beating the brakes off of Shakur Stevenson, and he said, "Nah, man, I'm good, man, I'm done," then I would say he stopped him. But without seeing more of the tape, if this was let's say this was a very good competitive sparring, right, back and forth sparring, and it really depends on when Shakur Stevenson started his training camp. I got a homeboy, Charles, right? I'm not gonna lie to you right now. Me and Charles could spar damn near 20 rounds straight. I would get in there. This was way back then with Charles. 4 or 5 rounds. Man, I'm tired, right? I'm tired. And he still got energy. Now he ain't in there beating me to a pulp, and I ain't in there beating him to a pulp. We working. He just has a motor. And Jose is jumping up with him and go 4 or 5 rounds, and somebody else jumping up with him go 4 or 5 rounds. And again, he's not dominating people, and they ain't dominating him. The dude has a motor. See, with me, if I just come in the beginning of camp, or I'm not really training for a fight, I'm not in my best conditioning, right? But if I'm at the end or the middle of it, I can get it, right? You know what I'm saying? I can get in there and get you some rounds. But um, I that was probably the difference. Charles trained like the fight was 2 weeks away every day though. He trained every day as if the fight was 2 weeks away. That's why he was always in superior. So I gotta admit that. Like even though, I was bigger, so I had more speed, more power and things like that. Man, when it comes to endurance and because I was like, I didn't turn pro at this time. I stopped. I was undefeated, but I stopped, at the amateur stage, so we didn't really fight, that many rounds. So I didn't train crazy for that many rounds because we didn't fight that many rounds. Now we did fight long rounds. We used to do, what was it? Was it either 3 minute rounds, 30-second break, 4 minute rounds, 30-second break. So whenever we fought and did, on average a 2 minute round, 1 minute break, it literally felt like nothing. Take it to A side, Devin would be the B side with the belts. I agree. That's why I said that if they fall, I said Javante is the only one that I think can exceed the 50%. Remember, I said I think Javante is the only one. I think the 50% would be starting it, see, walking away with it. Um, I think it might end up being a 60-40. I mean, you gotta still respect the belt, even though I know Javante, it still gives Javante something that he doesn't have now. Javante Davis doesn't have a real belt. That's fact. The email belt that Devin Haney had was more realer than any belt that Javante Davis has at 135. Fact. And in one fight, you can be undisputed against somebody who they're going to favor you to beat. I mean, I think it could, honestly, I can see it being 50-50, maybe 60-40 match. I don't think Haney should give in more than 60%, to be honest. I think it's maybe 50-50. But off the video that Bill Haney leaked, man, you can't conclude that Haney stopped him. You can say that Shakur Stevenson stopped himself, maybe because he wasn't as conditioned yet in that part of their training camp. I don't know, but it doesn't appear that Devin Haney was beating the snot out of him unless they dropped more footage, and then that would stop them. So I couldn't really get nothing from Bill Haney's video drop. Shakur Stevenson video I thought was shiesty. Recorded 4 years ago. Kept the video. Said something about his dad. Did drop the video. It was all set up. That means 4 years ago, Bill Haney and Devin Haney didn't know that Shakur Stevenson didn't like them for real. I think Bill Haney and Devin was trying to be friends and cool with Shakur Stevenson, and Shakur never gave a care about them, period. I don't think he cared. And then the more success that Devin Haney got, I think it really started to turn and rub Shakur Stevenson the wrong way. Like this should be mine. I should be that. I can, man. They let that weak dude become undisputed. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and it ain't like Haney did under Shakur, but just Shakur. I mean, just Haney's success is enough to make Shakur Stevenson feel like this nigga that's less than me got this. You know what I'm saying? Um, and because people, not all, but a lot of people said, "Man, Shakur, bro, if you thought Devin Haney was that sweet, you should have took it for 25%." Hell, they said that Devin Haney had to take the Camboso shot for less than that. And Devin Haney was the WBC champion, and in order to get his opportunity, he had to sign a 3-fight deal, 2 fights in Australia, and the third fight to whoever Top Rank wanted him to match up with. They tried to get a fourth deal. Bob Abraham didn't want it. So they said that he offered you 25%. Man, I ain't taking no less than 50. You're not even in a position. I don't think he's in a. So imagine this: if Shakur Stevenson won 50% with no belt, if if Shakur Stevenson get that WBC belt, man, he gonna probably want 60%. And if man, like I said, it's just gonna be more things in a way. So since people were saying that he should have took the title, he should have took a chance. Devin Haney did it. Then people start coming out playing the black card against a black man. That man, you gotta treat Shakur right, man. You gotta do right by him. I don't get it. Why is he obligated to do right? And how is that not doing right? So you ain't said do right by Shakur Stevenson. You saying do over and beyond to make Shakur Stevenson happy with what he wants. That's fact. Now again, like if they offer 25%, somebody should have came back. Let me know this. What was the counter offer? When they said I give you 25%, what was the counter offer? If there was not a counter offer, or if the counter offer was 50%, then I don't expect them to give him 50%. And they saying that now, no, that Shakur Stevenson ducked Devin Haney, so that probably made Shakur Stevenson really want to drop that tape. Because now he dropped that tape where it makes that Bill Haney looks bad. Hey, listen, no matter how you interpret it, he don't look good talking about Haney and Shakur Stevenson. Looks like he is acknowledging that Devin Haney is a lot less, or still less, than Shakur, and how great Shakur Stevenson is, even over his son, in so many ways. And you can interpret when it gets hot at 130 to 140, you can interpret it how you want, but it don't sound good. So he put that out there now to squash that he was ducking Devin Haney. But still, if you feel like you're that good, why didn't you take the 25%? Or why didn't you say, okay, I'll do it? And then you put the ball back in Devin Haney court. Now he has to fight you. Because if you offer him 20, think about it. Cambosos offered Devin Haney, Bill Haney, I believe it was a set amount, a take it or leave it amount. They said the clock is ticking. That's what Cambosos posted. The clock is ticking. Tick, tick. And Devin Haney took it for the opportunity. They took it. Listen, man, if you really wanted that much, I think you should have took it. Because now, if if I was Devin Haney, and I'm not, and they probably got more better players that I'm coming up with, but I would drop them titles. I would let them titles scatter across the 135 universe. Let Shakur Stevenson got to fight Frank Moore for one of them. Gervonta Davis might be elevated and just become a champion. Lomachenko and Cambosos, they might end up fighting for one of them belts. You know what I'm saying? Now, Shakur Stevenson have a hard road to travel. He should have took it. He should have took it. He should have took it. But I don't know what Bill Haney plans are. I mean, are they planning to just fight at 140 and come back to 135? Are they? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? The bigger fights, I don't know. I don't know. My thing is, if they go into 140, if they just doing a one-off like Gervonta Davis did and come back down, just basically rip the belt off for Regis Progress and come back down to 135 and just keep defending the 3 belts they got, and then maybe end up fighting Shakur Stevenson for undisputed again. Like I said, me personally, maybe they just hold on to the belts as long as possible. Because they could be doing a Jamel Charlo, moving up, fighting for an opportunity, and then come right back down and defend. At least that's what Jamel Charlo says he wants to do. But like I said, man, me personally, if I was Devin Haney, you defended your belts twice at 135. Man, scatter them things like the Infinity Stones. Send them across the galaxy to 135 pounds. Make them squabble for it. And I'm telling you right now, if Tate Davis get one of them belts, Chris Stevenson get one of them belts, maybe Lomachenko or Cambosa, one of them get one of them belts. Hell, man, Ryan Garcia, man, I don't know. So let them four belts be scattered. And now, if Shakur Stevenson want to be undisputed, he got to go the road that many people have to travel, the road that Earl Spence Jr. had to travel. You got to collect as many as you can. But I got it. It's your boy TD Blazing Sports. Like, subscribe, share. I appreciate it. Hope you guys support this. I don't get a chance to really schedule my live like that, so I try to go live when I can. I try to give you guys some regular videos, trying to mix it up a little bit. I'm also working on a project with my youngest, doing something with him. But I'm out. Oh, my girl said, Miss ELD321 says, Shakur will only get his chance if he leaves Bob Arum. Well, I mean, he's about to get a chance at WBC right now. Because if it's true the WBC order him versus Frank Warren, he about to get a shot at a belt right now. And then he said that if it goes to purse bid that Eddie Hearn can get it. He's trying to get that money. But listen, man, Shakur Stevenson, Bill, and Devin Haney, is it a good fight? Yes. Would it be a competitive fight? Yes. When I look at them fight, from what I have seen, I think Shakur Stevenson, even though they said Haney might have closed the gap, from what I've seen, I think Shakur Stevenson is still a little bit sharper, man, especially with his defense. It'd be a high skill match. But remember, man, we don't know when this fight going to happen. I think it does need to build more. Them taking this belt from Devin Haney is actually a good start to Shakur Stevenson being able to build himself bigger at 135. He will get a foothold and actually hold a belt, and he needs to start fighting people and build himself up. And he got to find out what route he's going to go. Is he trying to build himself up quick to go to Gervonta Davis route, or is he trying to build himself up quick to go to Devin Haney route? The way he's talking about Devin Haney, that's definitely going to be not now. Listen, it's crazy. Even though there's a lot of beef, the fight is not that big right now. Shakur Stevenson, to me, he's just not as popular. His popularity don't match his skill level right now. His skill level is crazy, but he's not that popular. To do great pay-per-view numbers right now is what I'm trying to say. Not just he ain't popular, because he damn sure way more popular than T-Dub. I say that right now. I ain't gonna lie to you. Way more popular than my ass. Hell, I'm not even popular among some of my family members. So I know he's more popular than me. But when I'm talking about, boxing, pay-per-views, things like that, I don't think he quite reached that yet. And now I really believe he's taking an extreme villain role. I'm not sure, especially for making the fight happen right now. I'm not sure if that's the right route to go to make the fight happen right now. Because when Lomachenko beat Devin Haney, people was looking at Devin Haney as if he was the villain, because he got in their eyes, a gift decision against Lomachenko. Devin Haney was the villain. He was such the villain that anybody he fought next would have been the knight in shining armor to beat his ass in revenge of Lomachenko. Gervonta Davis would have been a shining knight if he'd have fought him. They'd have cheered for anybody to beat him. But I just think Shakur Stevenson took such a shouldn't have beat Lomachenko, and another guy that went straight villain. I don't really think it adds to the sales. I think whoever going to buy this fight will still buy it. I don't think it really adds to it. But I would like to see this fight down the road. Not sure what has happened. I'm not sure. Maybe they can. Listen, maybe they can work this out and get past this thing and get back to friends. Me personally, I could. Once you start recording me, and I'm supposed to be friends, we having a private conversation. I can never trust you. Never trust you. Because the one thing you want me to do is trust you so I can lower my guard again and allow you to try to get some more information. Hell, that be the same type of person that would tell your wife that you cheating on her. You know what I'm saying? Even if you're not. You know what I'm saying? I just don't trust that, man. To me, it's just certain things that, you know, like for me, I can't forgive, right? Um, Somebody playing with my money. Honestly, I can't forgive. I'm damn sure I won't forget it. I can't forgive it. I'm talking about if you're a close friend, lying on me, playing my reputation, things like that. I just can't forget it. But it's your boy Teed Up. You know what I gotta do. I'm out. I done give you guys a little extra time, but I got about 5, 10 more minutes myself. I'm gonna get a nice little walk in, and see you guys on the next time. I'm out.